Yes. hmm just looking at this sepulchre. Yes. It's a tomb. See, holy. Sepulchre. Sepulchre. Yeah. Like unto white did sepulchres. Matthew 23:27. Yes. I had noticed that a lot of persons were very whited, so, as if that was such a good thing. Yeah. Now, let's say that you're using a little technology because you're going to have dominion over the population. Yeah. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Yes. And Matthew 25, 27, 20. I have a big issue with the use of technology to have dominion over those that are citizens. Yeah. And he answered, well, maybe that's not it. Yeah. Hang on just for a second. Subculture. See this concept of the whiteness of a person, and it doesn't matter your ethnicity. The use of technology to cause Matthew 23:27. Yeah, Matthew 23:27. Persons to be whited. Now, a lot of those that have certain kinds of pigments. Well, there's the hair. Let's say you're a whited hair. You're a was not really a green hair. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees. Yeah. Hypocrites, for you pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. These ought ye to have done and not to leave the other undone. Now, 23:20. Oh, wait a second. Ye blind guides, which strain at a gnat and swallow a camel. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you make clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess. Yes. Ye, thou blind Pharisee, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, that the outside of them may be clean also. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye are like whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead man's bones and of all uncleanliness. Even so ye also outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within ye are full of hypocrisy and iniquity. Now it looks like Jesus was somewhat upset with these scribes and Pharisees that didn't take into consideration the weightier matters of the law. Now, this law that you say, on the outside you look so clean, isn't that right? Civilized? Yes. But on the inside you're spawning. You're whited. And your thought is, well, we're going to have to take dominion over each and every citizen, and we're not going to enforce the civil rights of Americans. We're not going to enforce kidnapping laws, fraud laws, forgery laws, and conspiracy laws. Now, I'm sitting here thinking, how is it possible, yes, that you refuse to enforce what is the weightier matters of the law? The proof of service, right? The enforcement of my rights as a father, yes. I have not gotten a phone call from my sons, and I thought maybe you were bribed into thinking that you wouldn't go to prison and you'd never give me what I demanded. I demanded that you remove your fraud from the. I demanded, yes, a jury trial where I'm going to sue you as the sheriff right now. I didn't get a phone call. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! See, you're the habitual complainer. Yes. On the outside, yes. You you say, well, don't do this and don't do that. But on the inside, yeah, you're full of extortion and excess. Now, appearing beautiful outward, yes, but you're full of dead man's bones, and doesn't necessarily mean that you're cannibals, as in you're eating dead persons. It means that you're using the genetics of those that are deceased, yes, to connect to them while they were alive. Now, it's always a big problem when somebody dies and you happen to be on them for the last 10 years. Yeah. And you're thinking to yourself, well, I remember when I was the bee on a living individual. Now, when I look at the police department, Spawn, yes, you with the big goiter that you keep swallowing, it does not take a lot of technology to actually mutate the human body. This morning I was looking in the dictionary at radiation. Yeah. See, my concern with the special ops, yes, that spends billions of dollars designing sunglasses. Yes. Radiation sickness means that you have to cover your eyes all the time because of the brightness of the sun. And let's say you, not knowing or maybe knowing, decided to invite a reptile to have sex through you. Something that was living in the atmosphere of space that we do or don't know about. And you thought, you know what? I'm just going to spawn the whole population. Now, when you use solar glare satellites, yes, I remember about 3, 4 years ago, somebody had designed a little copper satellite, and they were called tennis ball satellites. They're not very big. And they thought, well, there's drought conditions in the cornfields, and instead of actually manufacturing water, what we'll do is we'll use solar radiation to grow the actual agriculture of the United States of America. And that will require less water because we can amplify, yes, the actual amount of solar glare using satellite technology. Oh, the problem is the corn ended up be oh, the corn, not the corn. See, I'm concerned because I have a technology that increases fresh water. Yes, eventually that causes an increase in rain. It causes an increase in snow. Yeah. But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, right now. You decided to use tennis ball satellites so that you could personally connect to the solar radiation that was being manufactured. And then you thought, well, if I just have a little space to keep in my goiter and I irradiate myself every day, eventually I will be the spawn of humanity.